If you're still dealing with adults that have screaming matches, that yells, that shuts down completely, then you're not losing it. A lot of people are dealing with this, and that's because they have low emotional intelligence. One of my favorite authors, Dr. Gabor Mate, says adults don't have tantrums, only children do. And I couldn't agree with him more. I know there's a lot of people out there that won't agree with me. They'll say, no, no, no. Sometimes, someone oversteps my boundaries. I've got to say what I've got to say, and I've got to protect my own. But that's such an archaic way of dealing with conflict. A much safer way is to emotionally regulate your emotions that come up when you want to react instead of respond. So someone with a low emotional intelligence, often they will just react and jump right into it. But someone with a healthy brain, a healthy psyche, is going to take the time to pause, emotionally reflect, and then respond from. So next time you see an adult reacting in this way, remember that that is a child in an adult's body, someone that wasn't taught in a safe way how to emotionally regulate, and that is why they are having this outburst. So remember, guys, emotional intelligence is not always about staying calm and being lovey and being PC. No, it's about learning the emotional skills that we were not often taught during our childhood. Things like compassion and self-regulation and self-awareness and empathy and resilience and emotional expression. When I look back at my own childhood, there isn't a lot taught about emotional intelligence back in the day. I don't even think it was a term. I remember that there were phrases like children should be seen and not heard. Or if you came to your elders with a question, or to your parents, they would often shut you down. Maybe because they didn't want to talk about it, or they didn't have the answer. But whatever the reason was, it left you as a child, and I remember this, it left me feeling like I didn't matter, or I didn't know how to regulate myself, and I often ended up crying or having a little bit of a tantrum. Now that I'm a mom myself, I know one of the most beautiful gifts that I can give my daughter is helping her develop emotional intelligence through modeling my own behavior, because kids watch what we do. They don't listen often to what we say. They model our behavior. And through naming our children's emotions and validating them, being present with them, that's another great tool how we can increase emotional intelligence. And what I see with my daughter is sometimes when she's having a really challenging day, I often approach her and ask her, are you okay? Is there anything I can help with? Sometimes it's a hard no. Just leave me alone, Mom, and that's okay. But when she does have outbursts, or she yells, or she says something inappropriate, that's an opportunity for me to say to her, it's okay to feel angry, but I need you to really sit with that emotion, and can you maybe try and come from a place of love. And I know this sounds like, oh yeah, I'm not even going to try that with my child. But the more you reinforce this, the more it takes root, and you'll see change over time. As parents, we don't always get it right the first time, but I love trying and trying again. I remember when I started teaching my daughter some self-regulation tools. She didn't exactly like the idea of meditation. So what I did was I said, let's blow up an imaginary balloon. Blow it as fast as you can. And through that also helped regulate her nervous system through that deep breathing. So you can try different techniques. I know some people like storytelling, and another one is problem solving together. So you can use collaborative language, which I love using with my daughter. We like asking each other questions like, what can you do differently next time? I know we didn't handle that quite nicely this time, so what are we going to do different next time? And this also teaches them how to respond in the future from a place of empathy and love. So remember, guys, if we want to raise the consciousness around emotional intelligence, what it is, how to implement it, it all starts with us as parents modeling that behavior and giving our children the space to be themselves and guiding them along the way and forcing those boundaries. So let's work together on breaking those cycles. If you want more information, you can head over to my YouTube channel, or you can directly DM me on TikTok or Facebook if you would like more information. So yes to raising emotionally resilient kids, and love and light to you all.